Zoho Invoice tutorial, how to use Zoho Invoice for beginners. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how you can create your own professional invoices using Zoho. Because creating an invoice can make your business more professional, but if you're someone that is working as an individual or you're self-employed, freelancing, you're a musician, or you're doing some minor gigs, then sending out an invoice can become a hassle if you have to build your own invoicing templates and other metrics that you're supposed to add. However, Zoho can take care of all of this, including creating codes, time tracking, expense tracking, and detailed reports for your invoices. Now, the best part about using Zoho Invoice is that they also have a mobile application that you can use, so you can create invoices on the go. Now, let's get started. Simply head on over to zoho.com/invoice. Once you have entered that, you're going to create your account. Now, I am proceeding with Google. If you want, you can proceed with your email address and your company name as well. It just takes a couple of minutes for the sign-up process to be completed with Zoho. So we are going to proceed with our account over here and move towards Zoho Invoice. Now, in Zoho Invoice, you have a basic dashboard with a panel on the left. But before we access our dashboard, we are going to verify our organization. So our organization is called Ruffles, and the industry that we are in is retail. And after that, we're going to add our organization location like so, and then also add your state as well. Below that, you are going to add your currency, and then below that, you're just going to select your time zone. After that, we are going to choose our current invoicing system and then just click on Get Started. Now, once you click on Get Started, you will be led to your Zoho Invoice dashboard. This is our dashboard on Zoho Invoice. Now, on the left panel, you will see a couple of different items. First item is your customers. So if you have frequent contacts or frequent people that you are working alongside with, you can click on Create New Customer and add them as a customer. This can be either an individual or an entire business as well. So you can add their designation as well as their name. So we're just going to add one person, John Coe, and then we're just going to add Mr. John, and then I can just click on Save. Now, just like that, one contact has been added. I can provide additional details later on as well, or choose to add them right now as well. Now, below that, we also have items. Now, if you are someone that is selling a service or a good, you can add both of them under items. This can be your standard items. However, if your products are going to vary, so let's say that you are a musician and you did a 2-hour gig. So you can create a gig for 1 hour and then multiply the quantity. However, if you do it by 2.5, let's say you're going to add the 2-hour give plus you can add a additional extra time item in your invoice. And I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So as an example, let's say I'm providing a service and that is going to be roof cleaning, let's say. And the unit is going to be pieces, pounds. This is a service, so I don't really need a unit for this. And I'll add the selling price at $100 and I don't want to add taxes. And then I'll click on save. Now, let's say someone got roof cleaning, but they also got pressure washing alongside it. But I'll add that as a pressure, add this as a service as well. Pressure washing. And then the unit for this is probably going to be by area. So by things such as feet or the area. So if it's 2 feet of area, 2 by 2 feet or something like that. But this is just 1 unit of measurement. I don't want to do 1 unit of measurement, so I'll leave that. And this is going to be $100 as well. Let's say this is going to be 10x, or this is going to be my charge for a 10x 10 feet, like this. And then my standard charge for 10 by 10 feet areas is, let's say, $100, and then I can click on save. Now, if the service is going to vary, which obviously it will be because people might want different areas, I can adjust that accordingly. Now, on the left, you will see your next item, which is codes, where you can send out customers an offer for your services or your goods. Below that, we have our most important section, which is our invoicing. So let's proceed with creating our first invoice. Click on New Invoice over here to create your invoice. Now, you're also going to set your transactional preferences. So if you give discounts, if you give them at line item levels, or if you give them at transactional level. So I give discounts at a transactional level, which means for all of the items that they have or services they have acquired together, I might provide them with a one-in-one discount. Below that, any additional charges, so adjustments can be made, and I don't want to include shipping charges. And if my items are tax inclusive or tax exclusive. Let's say these are at a transactional level, tax inclusive, and I want them to be rounded off. Then if you want to round off in sales transactions, so if I round off the total to the nearest whole number or if I don't want any rounding. After that, you can also add a field for a salesperson. But for me, I don't have a salesperson, I'm going to skip that. Click on Save and Continue and proceed with your invoice. The first section of your invoice is going to be your customer name. You can select your customer from here and it will show you the list of customers that you added previously. You can also click on New Customer to add new customers. Below that, you have your default invoice number. I like to follow their default invoicing numbers because it helps me in keeping track. You can also click here to enable or disable their prefixes and auto numbering. So if I want, let's say I will add my brand name RFF and the invoice number. Let's say this is going to be 30 and then click on save. And now after that, I have the invoice date. The due date on the receipt will be automatically set to the same date. You're going to click on the right and then select a new date, like so. Now, after that, you can add your items which this person has purchased. So click on this section over here and choose the item. Let's say they got pressure washing. So at a 10 by 10 area, this is going to directly be added. However, you will see that this is different because let's say they got a different area. So I can click on the bottom left right under my item and I can add their own area. So your area or area service measured, let's say 10 by 15, or let's say 10 by 15. And then I can go ahead and go into the rate over here. And let's say I'm going to charge an additional $20 for that. So after that, you will see the amount will now be updated. Now, if the person asks, usually you charge $100 for 10 by 10, you will see that the invoice mentioned that the area measured actually was 10 by 15. Below that, we can add another item. Let's say they also got roof cleaning, and let's say they got 2 of the roofs cleaned, so I'll add 2 as the quantity. Now, after that, I can add more items in bulk or add new rows. Below that, we can also add a customer note. On the right, we will see a summary. Now, if you open up this customer summary, you can add a discount to their overall order. I don't want to provide a discount, so I will just proceed. Now I can go on ahead and then click on Save and Send on the bottom. Now our invoice has been created and this is our invoice. You can click on Send over here to send out this particular invoice directly to the customer. You can also go on ahead and choose to access some of your other Zoho applications for further details about your invoicing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.